Oh, beautiful afternoon right here in Astoria, Oregon. Our next guest on What Do You Want to Cook is my good friend, Chris Laman from Columbia Memorial Hospital. He is the Vice President of Strategy for CMH.
It's very fancy
It is
title.
super fancy.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for coming today, man. I
Hey.
appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. I've been eating a lot of meals out there, but never had the honor of being on this side of the restaurant. So it's very exciting for me.
It's kind of fun being in the kitchen, right? Not for 12 hours a day, though. I mean, unless you're, I've been doing that. So tell me about, so you're the Vice President of Strategy. You started somewhere. Tell me about a little bit of your history in healthcare.
Yeah, it starts really early, actually. As a kid, my grandfather and my father are both pharmacists. So I kind of grew up in pharmacies, cleaning the floors to be paid in candy or things like that. And so I knew that they were really happy guys who loved their job and really loved the community and the patients they served. So I always wanted to be a pharmacist. And then went to pharmacy school in Utah, the same pharmacy school that my dad went to. And I met a girl who was from Oregon, and we had a child and moved out here to Astoria. And to be honest, we thought we'd live here for about 2 or 3 years while he was a baby and moved to a bigger city. But we just fell in love with this amazing community. And now we've been here for 19 years. So it's
19.
Yeah, very, very amazing place, this community.
Another 19 and you'll be a local.
Maybe. I think what I've heard is when the grandkids are born here, then you can consider yourself a local. So,
right.
Yeah. Maybe another 19. Yeah.
No, that's legit. Yeah, that's legit. You spent how many years actually working as a pharmacist?
Yeah, so probably about 10 years
Okay.
working as a pharmacist or a manager in the pharmacy here in Astoria. About 10 years into my role as the pharmacy manager here, Eric Thorson, who was our CEO, came to me and asked about, I'd been very involved in developing the oncology program that we had.
Right.
And he asked me if I'd be interested in leading the project to build the cancer center here in Astoria that was going to have not only medical oncology and infusion, but also add radiation oncology and some other advanced imaging. And so, really super honored to be part of that project and the connection to OHSU. And so that helped me develop a lot of connections with OHSU and just a lot of knowledge about program development. And so that helped me with some other things that I did, like leading the vaccine program during the pandemic, and now really being responsible for the connections to OHSU that we have and helping with the development of the new hospital.
We're going to dig into that here in just a few minutes. There's the main question. I mean, there's a lot of wonderful questions and a lot of great conversations to be had. But the main thing right at this very moment in time is, what do you want to cook?
Yeah, and so I was so excited when you called to ask me about that and tell me about this show, because it's actually one of your dishes that I really want to cook. So the community probably does not know. They know we had a vaccination program, but we had over 70 mass vaccination clinics. And at every one of those clinics, you catered it. And you brought cookies for all the volunteers. So we had more than 300 volunteers from the community who came out to help put those on. And at the start of every clinic, I would hear, "Are the cookies here yet?" And so I'm so excited to learn how to make the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. I'm sorry, Mom. But the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had in my life.
You want to make my chocolate chip cookies. All right.
That's right.
We're going to have to figure out how to do this without giving away all the secret recipes. We're not going to write this down. I'm not going to type it across the bottom when we go to edit. You're going to have to pay attention to what's happening, and then you'll know how to make my chocolate chip cookies.
Awesome.
Perfect. My name is Chris Holen. For the past 25 years, I've had the privilege of calling Astoria, Oregon home. It's a place that's authentically reinventing itself and bringing about new life. And it's all happening through the incredible people that live here. They're making a difference, one meaningful act at a time. And that's not just an Astoria story, is it? It's a common thread intertwined through every thriving community around the world. Whether it's a small town or a big city, it's powered by its people. Folks dedicated to putting good out into the world. Now, what do you want to cook? We're bringing these stories right into my kitchen. This show is about connecting with the heart of the community, no matter where you are. We'll cook dishes that tell a story. We'll explore how these guests are making a difference. And we'll discover together why these moments of connection are so vital in today's world. It's a cooking show, a talk show, and a celebration of good people. So, what do you want to cook? And what stories do you want to tell? Okay, so we're making my chocolate chip cookies. All right, here's the deal. All right, so if you're familiar with certain baking methods, all right, it's really important that we follow the creaming method to this. All right, you're doing this.
Perfect.
I'm gonna give you directions.
I have never had any baking methods taught to me. So
we're gonna start with an empty bowl. All right.
Great.
Okay, first of all, you need butter. All right. This particular one is going to be it's going to be 1/2 pound of butter, or 8 ounces. All right. We got this wonderful, actually extra creamy butter from our friends down at Tillamook.
Nice.
All right. Through the Astoria Co-op, of course.
The best butter.
All right. So those go in the bowl.
Okay.
Starting with butter. It's important that as he's doing that, it's important that you let the butter come up to room temperature. All right, so not right out of the fridge. And there's a handful of tricks here and there, but to soften the butter, there's really only one best way to do that, and that is letting it sit out on the counter. Just let it sit out for a couple hours. Let it soften on its own. All right, I've heard people like, oh, if you give it a couple of whacks with a rolling pin, or don't put it in the microwave. All you're doing is separating it, all right? It's not going to work out the same, all right? So soften it. Leave it on the counter for a couple hours, all right?
Is that the secret?
That's a secret. That's the first helpful tip for you. All right, I'll get rid of those. Okay, so we're going to start creaming the butter, all right? You start with the butter, okay? It's going to start to come together. This won't take very long, okay? And go ahead. Now, here's another thing. We're going to use both white sugar and brown sugar. Equal parts by weight. Everything's weighed, all right? Most things are weighed anyway.
This doesn't look like a normal sugar that I have at my house.
All right,
so.
this is a organic cane sugar. Go for it, do it. Okay, white sugar. And then go ahead. Brown sugar. Make sure you get it all in there, because I weighed it out in advance, by the way. This is a total of 10 ounces. Total of 10 ounces. 5 ounces brown, 5 ounces white. Remember, I'm not going to type this out. You're going to have to pay attention. All right, mix it together. We're going to go until the butter starts to come together with the sugars. All right, we're going to stop for a second. We'll scrape the bowl down with a spatula. All right, and here's what it looks like right now, in case we're not capturing that all. Boom, boom. There it is. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay, turn it off. This might be, we'll pull it down. We're going to just kind of scrape the edges, all right?
It already smells good.
Yeah, right? We're part way there. All right, so we'll go back up, turn it back on. There you go. Perfect. All right, now, there's really no best practice for breaking an egg in half. My recipe would be, we're going to go 2 eggs, all right?
Okay.
One thing you want to do, I'm not saying that I do it, but you should do it, is crack them into a separate bowl first. Here, I'll do one. And, all right, and I only have 3 eggs out here because something inevitably can happen.
Like a little piece
Like
of
a little,
shell.
that's right. We're going to, see, this is why you do it in a separate bowl. Another little helpful tip, just so you know, eggshells are they're attracted to each other.
Awesome.
Does that make sense? They're magnetic. Yeah. So to get the shell out, use the shell. All right, There you go.
That's a great
Another
tip.
helpful tip. I'm just full of them today, man.
So many.
This is good stuff. All right.
Just taking it all in here.
Okay, next, our cream and butter has been nicely mixed together. Go ahead and add the eggs. 2 eggs. These are regular large eggs. Okay? That's what's up. 2 eggs.
Nice.
All right. Now, you're going to need, and you just guesstimate, all right? It'd be hard to overfill this because if you do, it'll just be on the counter. Okay? You're going to do 1.5 teaspoons pure vanilla extract, and just go, and you can just go right into there. It'll be all right.
Okay?
Yep, 1.5. Done. All right.
All right.
We're going to kick this up a little bit. Okay, we're going to watch it all come together. Heck yeah. Okay, so right about now, we're going to click it off and scrape it down again. Scraping it down. All right, so next, we're going to start to bring this, going to really bring it together. Okay, so we got butter, 2 sugars, 2 eggs, vanilla extract. That was 1.5 teaspoons, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we're going to have flour next. So, no, go ahead. We'll get that going again. Okay. Now, this is 24 ounces of all-purpose flour.
Awesome.
24 ounces by weight of all-purpose. You got to weigh it. Okay. Well, okay. This also is 1 teaspoon. Hang on 1 second. Good. Oh, you're skipping a step. Don't get ahead of yourself, man. Okay. 1 teaspoon of salt. I used a flake kind of kosher salt. All right. 1 teaspoon level, like super level of both of these, not heaping. All right. Of baking soda. All right. And I would suggest you give that, just give it a friendly little stir together in there before we add it. It'll help. It's important it's incorporated properly.
Yeah.
All right.
The pharmacist in me, the chemist in me loves that.
You're probably not measuring stuff by teaspoons though. I'm guessing. That's how I roll. All right. So let's get a shot of that. Okay. Yep. Looks super good. Now, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't want to have a disaster.
No.
Okay. Low. Yeah. Go like down to. There you go. Right there. That's the spot. Now slowly add it.
Okay.
Going to mix in all-purpose flour. Remember, it's already been, we mixed the baking soda and the salt with the flour. Oh, hey, I made a mistake. We'll see if you catch it.
Uh-oh.
It's only 12 ounces of all-purpose flour.
Oh.
Pay attention.
If I don't have a scale,
I
how
broke
do I
my-
measure that?
Very carefully.
Okay.
Very carefully. I'm a big fan of these. No, I'm not endorsed by them, but it's like $25.
Worth every penny?
Oh, it seems to be really accurate. I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff, right? So, all right. Okay, flour. Now,
Oh man, it's starting to look
What?
like cookie dough.
I'm going to ask what you think might be the next thing. Oh, wait. No, there's only one thing left.
Chocolate chips look like the next thing.
Same amount by weight, 12 ounces of
So just as much-
semi-sweet chocolate chips. You know, feel free, use something else. Use small ones. Use peanut butter. Use chocolate chunks or whatever you want. This is what I use. And you slowly add that in there. All right. It's going to all come together.
Oh man.
It's all happening.
It's cookie dough.
This is good stuff. Chocolate chip
This takes me
cookies.
right back to being a kid,
Right?
wanting to eat the cookie dough as my mom was making it.
You know, I don't have any rules in here, by the way. On this episode of What Do You Want to Cook, it's going to be What Do You Want to Bake? Okay, we want it to come together, get it to kind of mix, all right? I'm going to turn up just a little bit. You can end up with, you just want to be pretty even, right? So when you go to make your cookies,
Yeah.
your chips are properly dispersed, right? All right?
Gotta have an even distribution of chips.
You got an even distribution of chips. All right. Now, we're going to take and just Okay, here's the deal. I probably mentioned before is that we're going to have to we're going to chill this dough. You're going to have to be patient, all right? We need to chill this dough. What I typically do, here's my next helpful tip. I'm going to chill it for a little while, like maybe an hour. It's pretty soft. The same thing, man. You can measure how you want, but I weigh my cookies.
Okay.
So they're all exactly the same. I weigh them. I don't use a scoop. That's just me. The super famous ones are substantially larger than the ones we're going to make now. But we're going to make them so they're, I thought it'd be fine so you can share them with other people.
No, that's
they're
great.
small
I'm
ones, not big
excited
ones.
about
You try to keep all to yourself.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm all about sharing.
You got a sharing, man. Sharing.
Can
All
I
right.
ask a random question?
Of
I
course.
know you're in your zone. When you were making them for the clinics, because you'd bring us tons and tons of cookies, did you have like an industrial mixer or something that you were using?
No, I put this KitchenAid to the test.
Oh man.
And I would probably make, so a batch twice, so this batch is going to make 22.
Okay.
It sounds random. Here's the reason that I did the recipe this way. Because you can just take 2 sticks of butter. So it starts with the 2 sticks of butter.
Okay.
You don't have to figure out 1 3/4 sticks or whatever.
Got
It's
it.
2 sticks of butter. Everything else based on the butter. And that's why it ends up being 22-ish 2-ounce cookies. All right?
Cool.
So typically one batch, it would be double that, will fit in this mixer.
Okay.
Not that I don't believe you could eat them all or share them all, but I decided to do half.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, that's why we do that. So I could make, essentially like, 44,
Yeah.
and then I would just do it like 6 times, which, anyway, whatever. All right, we're going to chill this down for a little bit, and then we'll portion it. But I do have a surprise.
Oh.
Because of the magic of television, and we don't have time to stand here and wait for it to get cold, right? If you don't mind, actually,
Oh,
right
look at
down
that.
there, we already have, I know, right? Boom, it's magic,
Amazing.
right? Yeah, oh, it's amazing. Miracles, man, small miracles. All right, so these are already chilled. These are portioned at 2 ounces, kind of like that, all right? We're gonna bake these. Now, here's the other, I don't want to say, I guess weird thing, man, is every oven seems to be a little different, all right? So if you make this at home and it doesn't come out exactly as I did it, I'll try to explain either to raise the temperature or lower the temperature on your oven. This particular oven is 325 degrees, convection. This convection with the fan, it means it's hotter, right? So it's probably more like it's 350, 375, 362. I don't know, but 325 is what I want to bake it at, all right? Okay, so these are going in. I'm going to put them on the middle shelf of my oven. Okay, we're going to set my timer for 8 minutes, all right? This is only going to be 8 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them around for like 2 more minutes and finish them off, all right? That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
So Chris, you were talking about CMH's partnership with OHSU. Okay, it's really important, right? You gain all these assets and resources and other people you get to work with that can help, to collaborate on someone's healthcare, to collaborate things like that. Is that fairly accurate?
That's very accurate. So being a rural critical access hospital, which is what we are, we don't have all the technology or fancy tools basically that they have up at what's called an academic medical center like OHSU. And
Sure.
so we were really lucky that about close to 15, 16 years ago now, we developed this partnership with OHSU, not where they took us over like some big system that was going to tell us how to do everything.
Yeah.
They came in and said, what are you guys trying to do? You know the community the best. Like, what should we work together on and how can we help you?
How can we help you?
Yeah, and it's been amazing.
That's amazing. In collaboration with OHSU and Phil Knight,
Yeah, no.
you now have the CMH OHSU Knight Cancer Collaborative. We have a treatment center right here in Astoria. Like, we didn't have that before. I hear stories, man. It just sounds like the worst thing ever. Like, in the worst moments of your life, going through cancer treatment and things like that. I can't imagine like having to hop on a bus and go 2 hours each way for treatment, sometimes more than once a week. Like, that treatment's available right here in a community like this, right? I understand that you were kind of tapped to run this project from the ground up and build this place. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know, I mean, pretty daunting in the beginning when Eric came and talked to me about it, but I think in meeting with OHSU, that their team had all of this knowledge and expertise and were willing to totally share all that so we could develop the programs that we have today. I mean, radiation is probably the best example. So to your point, if you have never had cancer or have never had a loved one who got radiation, you don't know that it's every day for 5 days up to 30 days that you may have to get every day that radiation. And so we did. We had a bus that would come from Portland or Longview, pick people up in the morning, drive them over there. They would get their treatment. And that treatment may only take 5 minutes, but they had to be over there while everybody else on the bus got that treatment, while they're feeling terrible, and then get back on a bus and come 2 hours back to Astoria. And so to be able to offer that service here in the community where now they can just come down from their house, get the treatment and go back home, or sometimes even go to work after they get the treatment, that's an amazing thing to be able to offer our community that, yeah, without OHSU, we would have never been able to do.
It's all about teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yeah.
That's super amazing. What a project. So while we're on that subject, speaking of projects, CMH is building a new campus, a new hospital in the tune of how much ish?
Well,
a lot. You say a lot.
So the budget right now is $300 million is the total outlay of money that the hospital will have for the new facility. And I think we're very proud that we're a private business. So unlike some other communities, we're not like going and asking for a bond or something for the community to help fund that. Like, we've been able to run the business in a way that we're paying for it ourselves, essentially. I mean, it's go to the bank and get a loan.
Yeah, sure.
But like, we're paying for that. The city of Astoria or the county isn't, it's not the taxpayers paying that bill.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've been thinking to myself for about a year or more. I've been in the restaurant industry for a long time, and I was thinking to myself about a year. How can I reinvent myself? This is it right here, by the way, so that I could take all the little joys in my life, all the things about my career that really made me happy. Cooking, showing, teaching people, interacting with people. Taking other chefs on study tours and all the things and I'm putting on one little spot. And that, by the way, is what do you want to cook? And recently, as I've been having all these thoughts in my mind, I had a medical emergency. In my appendix, I got appendicitis. Went to the hospital on Saturday night, late, and finally, and then ultimately, I was like, well, I figured, it felt like, the guy told me when I was walking in, you got the walk, man. I was like, oh, is that the appendix? He's like, you got the walk. We gotta sort through it all, but that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, so I ended up spending 4 nights, a half a mile from my house, in the hospital, after my appendix ruptured, and anyway, and nobody wants to go through that, and nobody wants to go through any sort of medical emergencies, right? But I'll tell you what, there was a couple of nurses, man, that their care was it exceeded my expectations, and I felt like when I was looking forward to 7 a.m. when this one particular day nurse nobody looks forward to the night at the hospital. Nobody looks forward to that. They're waking you up all night, checking on you, this, that, and the other. But I look forward to 7 a.m. when the morning nurse, she was there for 12 hours, and I had the same person 3 days. It was fantastic. Chris, get up. We got to go for a walk. Chris, we got to, let's get outside. What can I do for you? And first name basis, not just scanning scanning the badge, and I felt I felt taken care of, and I want to say I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and it's our privilege to get to provide that care to people in the community, and we take that privilege very seriously.
Well, I appreciate that. Like any institution or business or organization, everyone can always do better. What do you feel that CMH could do better than they already do?
Well, I think, to your point, every organization is always finding ways to get better. I mean, you've got to keep improving the service that you're providing, and we do that in several ways. First, I think all of the leaders in the organization care really deeply about this community. So, I mean, from experience, I'm always a listening ear or reaching out to see how things are going when people that I know are in the hospital, or other people that I don't know sometimes reach out to me to tell me about, oh man.
Excuse me 1 second, sorry about that.
Got to turn them for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I'm going to turn them around. I don't want to mess this up. Expectations feel really, really high right now in the cookie situation. All right, carry on.
But so in addition to that, we also invite the community to participate in committees at the hospital. So we've got a patient family advisory council, both an English-speaking and a Spanish-speaking patient family advisory council, because I think one of the things we've learned over the last couple of years is we don't provide the best service or the same experience to people who don't speak English at our community. And so we've really wanted to improve that experience.
Yeah, for sure.
And so the way that we do that is by when we're starting new projects or new enhancements at the facility, we take those things to those groups and get feedback so that we're getting input from the actual people who are coming in and utilizing our services.
It's important, right? You don't know unless people, sometimes you don't know unless people do. There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
How many people work at CMH?
More than 900 now.
900 people, right? And yeah, I mean, and as much as everyone, like, you're one big giant family and giant team, there's certainly things that can be a little challenging at times communicating amongst this massive group of people. And
Yeah.
I think I think you guys you're doing a good job.
Oh, thanks.
Keep it up.
Keep
it up. I am sensing any second a buzzer.
Oh man,
I can almost
I'm so
reach down
excited
and hear
right
it.
now.
Oh man. All right. Okay.
Woo!
Here's the deal. These are looking a little fluffy. Nice, right? They're going to finish off, all right? My cookies are not crunchy. They're chewy. You can eat these tomorrow and they'll still be a little bit chewy, all right? We're going to put those here. There is one last little secret that really makes them pop.
Oh yeah, the salt on the top.
The salt on the top. It's funny you should say that. We like to use our own brand, and it actually does have savory herbs in it, believe it or not. Rosemary, sage, garlic, black pepper, a little hint of lavender. It's coarse ground. This is known as, how'd I do? Am I on the camera? Oh, Chef Daddy, enhancing life's flavor. You like that? Good tagline. I've been working on it. It's coarse ground. We're going to sprinkle this on here. I'll let you. Just a little bit lightly over all the cookies. And remember, the pan's really hot. Oh, more than that. Oh, don't be shy.
Show me how it's done,
Get
Chef.
in there. And if it doesn't want to stick, it'll fall off anyway. So it's okay. There you go.
All right.
Perfect. Awesome. There you go. Expert.
You taught me. I learned from the best.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. All right, we're going to let those cool down a little bit. I'm going to put them just kind of over here.
Great.
All right, so back to CMH. So CMH is building a new $300 million hospital. And I was really fascinated, and what really kind of got me going about the whole thing is, you think to yourself, do we really need that? All right, and Do we really need a new hospital? Can't we just brush it up and this and that? Well, state of the art, the future, planning ahead, and lots of different reasons. But this hospital getting built is being built. Tell me about, okay, so first of all, it's earthquake resistant.
Yeah.
What are they saying, like magnitude what?
Above a 9.0 earthquake. So the things that you've seen in like Asia where they've had big tsunamis, so the Fukushima disaster, our hospital would be able to withstand that. And not only that, it's designed in a way, because I mean, so much work has gone in, and I have a lot of data in my head that will be hard not to overshare.
I'm sure.
But like when that happens, there's going to be a big tsunami that comes up the river. And I mean, I think we in Astoria sometimes think, oh, we're safe. Like it would hit Seaside or Gerhardt or the peninsula. But no, it's going to come up the river. And we collaborated with the University of Washington to model what that looks like.
Yeah.
And so we even know debris fields and things like that. So like the structure of the hospital will be such to withstand cars and things like that hitting the building during the actual tsunami.
That's okay.
It's wild
step
how much
number one.
work has gone into and thought into the design of that building.
I'm assuming that you visited the OSU. What is it? Marine? Is it Hatfield?
Yeah,
Marine Science Center in Newport.
that's exactly right.
And this thing's crazy. You're like, it is the coolest building. LEED certified, ramp to the roof. It's super cool. Okay, so hypothetically. Could happen tomorrow. I hope not. Could happen, let's say it happened 20 years from now or 50 years from now. But if and when we have an earthquake, it's modeled that we will have a tsunami that will come up the Columbia River. And building for the future is really important. So what other things have been thought about when it comes to that doomsday, dare I say, doomsday scenario locally?
No, that's a great question and something I'm excited to share because we actually worked with the county and the city and the state to, once we had the models from the University of Washington, look at how many people are actually working or living on a normal daily basis within about a half an hour of the hospital, which would be the safe time you think that they would be able to evacuate before the tsunami came.
Yeah.
And then that OSU campus that you're talking about that we went and visited was the inspiration for Teaver stairs, which I didn't even know what those were, but tsunami evacuation stairs that are on the outside of the building.
Yeah.
And the doors will open when the earthquake happens, and the community would just be able to come and have ready access to the upper floors of the hospital, where we can have about 1,900 people from the community who evacuate to the hospital. Right now, if we had an earthquake, we'd be evacuating from the hospital up the hill, but now we've created a place that people will be able to evacuate to when that happens.
And you also put patient floors up, so there's no patient floors or surgical
exactly
suites
right.
on the main.
The question about do we need a new hospital? Yes. So our hospital was built 50 years ago. The operating rooms, the patient rooms, and things like that were all designed 50 years ago for the technology of 50 years ago. And so now robots and other different types of technology that are being used in the operating room, we couldn't ever implement at our current hospital. So you want to be able to do the surgical cases of the future, and even thinking beyond that, what 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now are we going to be using in the OR or a patient room? So the rooms are so much bigger. The internet and all of this other technology that you need are going to be in the place. And yes, that's all located above where the tsunami is going to inundate. So advanced imaging technology, new MRIs, SPECT CT scanners, all of this stuff up on the second floor. And on the fourth floor of the building is where all the generators and diesel supply and this other stuff is, to be able to keep that running for a week or 10 days after the event happens. So we know, okay, if we can't get anybody from Portland coming out to help us, aside from helicopters to evacuate people, we're going to be able to continue to operate the building during that disaster.
Super forward thinking. I get it. We need a new hospital. Let's build one. I can't imagine the engineering that goes into something like this. Like most of us have seen locally for the past, couple, 3-4 months, is dirt getting moved around.
Yeah.
infrastructure being brought in and things like that. It's very forward thinking, and on behalf of all historians, thank you for considering the overall health of the community and that forward thought, man. It's really wonderful to feel like we're all kind of part of it, man, and that's super great.
Yeah, and I feel like the whole community is that way. You know what I mean? And so collaborative. And so I think the hospital is really just representing the community and the independent part. Not being part of some big system or having working collaboratively with OHSU. That's kind of how, I don't know, the heritage and culture here is in Astoria. Like, we work together to figure out really complicated things. And I think, I don't know if there's any tidbits or things like that people would take from this. It's like, you can figure all this really complicated stuff out just by talking to smart people who are already in the community. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I had my friend Dulcie on, who's a serial board member. She's on like 3 nonprofit boards and has her own retail shop, and she keeps very busy. And she was saying how everything is connected, and people will come in and they'll ask a question about something completely random. She'll think about it and be like, huh? But at the same time, we don't need you anymore. But at the same time, she knows where to send someone to get the right answer. That's connectivity, right?
Yeah.
That is connectivity. This show is about collaboration. This show is about community, not just in our town, but we hope that other people will learn from things that we are doing here, and they might be able to say, oh, that is helpful, or maybe it's just a cooking tip. I don't know. But I think it's really neat that we hadn't thought of that in our community. We need to work together better, or things like that. And that's how this community works. And I just hope that we're kind of setting not an example, but just sharing ideas and thoughts of all the wonderful people in this community are doing to better. If you're enjoying our content, pretty please hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Hit the button, like us on the Facebook, share it with your friends. Remember, this is what I'm hoping to do for a living, so I would appreciate it very much. Let's get back to the cookies.
Oh man, I'm
You
so
like that plug?
excited right now.
Did I do good?
Yeah. Oh, you did great.
That's excellent. I've been trying to improve,
I
Okay,
have been looking forward to this
So-
all day.
here's the deal. I didn't bring a napkin. You can have a towel or whatever. They're warm, they're hot, but
Oh.
go for it. What do you, go ahead.
You gonna have one too?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have one.
Cheers.
I should have got some milk. You could dunk them in there.
Oh, it's so good.
I can see why. Okay, I get it. I see why people are like looking forward to this kind
Chris.
of stuff,
And this is right out of the oven. This is like another level.
It's like another level.
Oh, so good.
I don't know what we're going to do with all these extra ones.
Uh-huh.
I have one idea though.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Anyway,
Oh.
so sorry, I don't want to be rude, talk my mouth full, but Chris, is there anything else you want to add to this conversation? Did I miss something? Have you thought of something else?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be related to the hospital, and I don't know. You're a pretty humble guy, but it would be. I think you're such an amazing guy, and have had such a role in so many cool things that have happened in the community that it really is an honor for me to come here and be in your kitchen, man. You've done so much cool stuff, and you're always so supportive of projects in the community. No matter what it is, you show up and you bring your best all the time, and I think the whole community can learn a lot from that.
I did not expect that, but I thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a bunch.
For sure.
And thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
You are welcome. Woohoo! Once again, thanks for watching. What do you want to bake? Oh, sorry. Hang on a second. We'll see you next time. What do you want to cook?
Seems good.
Yeah? Go All right. Live studio audience.